Sometimes it's not always easy to say who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, who's the hero, and who's the villain. Sometimes it's the exact same person. My name is Old School Nerd, and this is my reaction to Sabaton, Father. Check us out on OldSkuleNerd.com. It's got all the social media posts, the Patreon link for those who want to support the channel. We appreciate all of you. Check us out on twitch.tv/OldSkuleNerd, where we usually stream and do all the stuff we can't do here on YouTube. Today has been part of Sabaton week. Sabaton's on tour while I'm filming this all across the United States, and they're going to be in Houston, Texas tomorrow, October 1st. I'm going to go see them. I'm so excited. As we always say, Sabaton, historically accurate. On the back of this shirt, Old School Nerd, historically not. All right, I've done a lot of Sabaton reactions, but this one is one of the ones that kind of really intrigues me. So I need you to do me a favor and just follow along. I'm going to say a few things here. We're going to watch the whole video without stopping it, and then I'm going to tell you where you can find more information about this story. There are people, men and women of science, who throughout history have done great things for all mankind. At the same time, some of them also do things that are detrimental to all mankind. Sometimes at the same time. During World War I, and a lot of the new content that Sabaton is releasing on multiple EPs through this next year are based upon the Great War, the men, the women, the events, and the technologies of the First World War. Now, what if I told you that a German scientist not only is responsible for all of us being alive on the earth right now, but at the same time is responsible for hundreds of thousands of deaths during World War I for the same inventions. Yes, he was a chemist, and he developed the science of artificial ammonia and fertilizer studies that led to the massive agricultural concept that we all know as regular human life. Naturally, our Earth cannot sustain 7 billion plus people. Naturally, agriculture can't do it through natural chemistry of the planet. This guy, back in the early 1900s, came up with an artificial way to generate different fertilizers, or the components of fertilizers, that now make high yield crops possible. So therefore, the 7+ billion people on the planet can feed themselves. That would earn that person a Nobel Prize, and it did. However, this person's science was also reverse engineered to create weapons of mass destruction, what we now know as chemical warfare. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail because, quite frankly, I'm going to get the details wrong. That's what I do, and I'm here to react to this video. But it's a poignant song to realize that the technological breakthroughs of World War I have been detrimental to human existence and in warfare, but at the same time, so many inventions and scientific discoveries during this time create modern inventions that create techniques and medical breakthroughs that benefit us to this day. Sometimes war comes up with things that help us when we're not in war. It's kind of that yin-yang, black, white, reverse of the coin. It's almost like you never know what something's going to become until later on when you look back at it. So, at the end of this video, I want you to do me a favor. I'm going to post the link right over there to Sabaton History Channel, the episode where they break this down. And I want you to watch it because I watched it and I was blown away at this story. It's an amazing story about an amazing man. I didn't say he was good, but I also didn't say he was bad, but an amazing man with an amazing story that can only be told by Sabaton. Here we go. This is Sabaton, Father. Let's crank this up, people. Oh, bye, planes.
Young men with great ambitions rise. So who can tell me, who can say for sure which one will win the Nobel Prize? It was a golden age for science. The Kaiserreich would hold the key. And as the conflict came and tensions rose, the manifest of the 93. Haber-bosch, the great alliance. Where's the contradiction? Fed the world by ways of science till the order saint. Father of toxic gas and chemical warfare. His creation has been revealed over no man's land. A poisonous nightmare, a deadly mist on the battlefield. Versions of ideals of science, those words of alienated wife. And in the trenches of the Western Front, unknowing soldiers pay the price. And on the battlefield they're dying, and on the fields the crops are grown. So who can tell us what is right or wrong? That's all morality alone. Haber-bosch, the great alliance. Where's the contradiction? Fed the world by ways of science. Sinner or a saint. Father of toxic gas and chemical warfare. His creation has been revealed over no man's land. A poisonous nightmare, a deadly mist of the battlefield. Father of toxic gas and chemical warfare. His creation has been revealed over no man's land. A poisonous nightmare, a deadly mist of the battlefield.
It's a really good guitar solo.
What's coming next from your inventions? We wonder where does it end? Who can foresee? See what will be. Haber-bosch, the great alliance. Where's the contradiction? Fed the world by ways of science. Father of toxic gas and chemical warfare. His creation has been revealed over no man's land. A poisonous nightmare, a deadly mist of the battlefield. Father of toxic gas and chemical warfare. His creation has been revealed over no man's land. A poisonous nightmare, a deadly mist of the battlefield.
All right, wow. Okay, so when we watched this video, the piano intro, very foreboding. It almost seemed like a Castlevania episode. For those who are Castlevania fans, you kind of get that, you know, that brooding, nightmarish feel into it. Outstanding guitar solo. I don't know if it was Chris or Tommy who played this one, but good phrasing, man. Very. It wasn't like a fast high-end metal solo. It was more of a reiteration of that melody that really brought it forth. Okay, again, here's the thing: when you talk about a man like this scientist, scientifically speaking, everyone on the earth, billions of us over the last 100 years, literally owe this person science to the ability that we haven't had global famines. In the last 100 years. Now, we've had pocketed regional famines, but there's always been plenty of food around the world to then ship to those places so that people can survive. And going forward in the future, that person's discovery, that person's science paves the way for our race, our humankind, our people, all people to continue forward. Now, we've all heard stories where perfectly benign scientific discoveries are then perverted by governments and militaries for use in war. However, this story is a little bit different because this person did believe in the fatherland, did believe in fighting for the Kaiser, and actively developed his weapons. He didn't make a discovery for chemicals and then other scientists from Germany then use it in warfare. No, he was part of the development as well. So at that point, you have to start balancing. Was he good or a bad person? One thing that I can tell you is I want you to go right over there. Go to Sabaton History's channel. They'll tell you the entire story of this. Incredible story. Because just a couple of years after the end of World War I, the Nobel Prize for Chemistry was handed out. And he won. And nobody mentioned the weapons. Only the science that fed the people. Interesting twist. My name is Old School Nerd. This was Sabaton. Father. Love one another. Take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.